Hello, everyone, and welcome to Experts Unplugged, speaker spotlights from the Greater New York Dental Meeting, where I'm going to highlight some of our amazing speakers from the upcoming Greater New York Dental Meeting, which is going to be November 24th to 29th at the Jacob Javitz Center in New York City. I'm Joanne Newborn. I am CEO of Newborn Dental Evolution, where we transform your dental practice's vision into real results through leadership coaching, training, and business consulting so you can do what you do best, which is dentistry. So today I'm talking to Samantha Konner, and Samantha transitioned her career path from the hospitality industry to the insurance services industry in early 2018. And why I like to mention this is because she was driven by a strong sense of purpose, which is something I am always connecting people to. In order to be successful, you have to be connected to your purpose. So I just love that. And acknowledging the enduring impact of her mother's successful practice, which had been dedicated to helping individuals throughout their entire lives rather than just for brief moments, Samantha decided that her career should align with this noble mission, assisting others in safeguarding and enhancing their lives. I love this. So their combined practice is known as Provisor, and Samantha places a strong emphasis on building meaningful relationships with her clients and determining how she can best support and guide them. So thank you for sharing time with me today, Samantha.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here.
Great. So my first question I have for you, if a client is interested in purchasing a practice, where and when do you come into the picture? Because this is a very important thing. It's quite overwhelming. So love to know that.
Absolutely. Yeah, practice purchase there's a lot of moving parts to practice purchase. And really, an insurance professional getting involved, the earlier, the better. We are here to help you kind of navigate the needs and the wants of whether it's your landlord or it's a lender that you're looking at, or you're looking to purchase a piece of property. All of those things have an insurance element to it. And the earlier we can help you get in front of it, the better. We like to know as soon as it's even on the thought of your mind. That way we can make sure that everything is in line. Because the last thing that you want is a small insurance error on a form that you've never seen before in your life, preventing you from getting keys from a landlord or from a project starting or getting funds delivered. So it's really important that the earlier the better. And that's one of the reasons why having someone who understands the dental world in insurance is really key, because we understand exactly what those lenders need because they need it from everyone. Whereas your local agent that's just in a building on your main street might not have all of that details behind it. So definitely the earlier the better.
Yeah, that's so important. Not only the earlier the better, but having someone that really specializes in dental practices, knowing those nuances, things that you really do need. You might be buying things you might not need if you're not working with someone who specializes in the industry.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
why are you so focused on dental students as part of your practice?
Yeah, so it's kind of a very similar thought on the earlier the better, right? We
Mhm.
really look at a big part of what we do is education. And we sit with our clients, and the earlier we can help educate them on what they might need in the future, how we can help protect their future, the better. Um, the other part is there's some insurances that you will need as you move forward in your career that are based on your age and your health. So if we're never going to be younger than we are right now, right? And we want to be able to take advantage of your young age and our clients' young age, because that could really have financial impacts, throughout their entire career, reversing aging. But really, it's really important to start early on that front. There are insurances like malpractice insurance that if you potentially get with the wrong insurance early in your career, it can have lasting impacts in being on your record and things you needing to take care of as you go. So it's really important that you're with the correct companies and with the correct person early on. That way, it's not something that you have to deal with for the rest of your career. So we really know that. And, like Joanne said in the intro, my mom, Kathy, has been doing this for 25 years. She has actually seen it all. And she's learned throughout the years, and I've learned in the 8 years I've been with her, that if we start early and we educate and we make sure that our clients understand exactly what's out there, why it's important to go with certain companies, why it's important to stay away from certain companies, that it really can change the trajectory of someone's career for the better. And they can focus more on what they're good at, which is being the clinician and really taking care of their patients. And they don't have to worry about all that other nonsense, right? And they let someone else do it. And because they've had good policies leading up, they can really just focus on what they're good at and what they're passionate about, and let the other people deal with the insurance, right? Believe it or not, that's what I'm passionate about. And I know I say that to some dentists and they laugh, but it's true. So let us handle what we're passionate about, so they can handle what they're passionate about. And it starts before they graduate dental school. We go to dental schools all across the country to really help start that education process, help teach practice management early, so they really can be able to just do what they're good at, which is practicing dentistry.
That's great. Sometimes we think it's supposed to be hard. Like if we're successful, it's supposed to be hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't tell you how many times we hear someone who said, we get a phone call, a frantic phone call being like, I met you in dental school 3 years ago. I know I didn't call you, but this is what's been going on for the last 3 years. Can you help me fix it? And of course that answer is always yes, but it's so vital that, you kind of what you had said before, having that dental specific person, and not even in the insurance world, but we hear it from all factors of, someone, well, I got my car insurance from him and he sold me malpractice insurance. Your car insurance person probably is very good at car insurance, right? But probably doesn't have a great sense of what a malpractice attorney can do for you. So it's really important to have that kind of specificity in a lot of things in this world, but really having that person that understands that can help you on that front. And same thing with buying a practice, the earlier the better.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And what you had said, you're passionate about the insurance part of it. You're like, I know this sounds funny. That's exactly the way we are. We're really passionate about the business side of a dental practice. Like, we want to take that away from you so that you don't have to deal with it. We're going to help you put that together because we're the experts in that. So I'm so glad you said that. So I have one more question for you. What if you have a client who has all of the insurance they need? However, they got it when they first graduated from dental school. Is it necessary to review these even if they're in place and locked in?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Yeah, it is imperative to constantly, either if you're not reviewing your policies, someone is reviewing your policies annually. Things change. And policies change and contracts change and premiums change. And, if you go to one certain company, right, you go direct to a company, they're not going to be like, you could save money going to another company, right? They're just going to keep you there. When you go to, buy a pair of jeans, you walk in and they're not like, this pair of jeans is actually less expensive. Do you want these ones instead of these ones? When they're trying to make money. So it's important to obviously have someone review for pricing changes, but also just from how quickly the industry is changing and how quickly things are changing. So having a review of those policies to make sure you're keeping up is so important. I think the biggest thing that we see right now is things like data breaches. And if you're sitting on a policy that you got 5 years ago for your, fantastically run practice, it probably doesn't have the newest data breaches. We're seeing crazy things in the market, like half of Las Vegas being shut down for a week because of a data breach. And unfortunately, the hackers are quicker than insurance companies. However, every time something like that happens, policies get changed, get updated, things come out to the market to protect you and safeguard you from things like that happening. So it's really important to make sure that you or someone is always reviewing your policies for things like data breach and something like EPLI, employment practice liability, right? We're in such a sue heavy world that if you don't have insurance protecting yourself from, from different types of employment laws or protecting your employees from other employees, it's so important. And those are things that are constantly changing. Employment law is constantly changing. The hacker's ability to hack is constantly changing. So having, that constantly updated is really key. As well as on the personal side, making sure that, as things have changed in your career personally, that you're also keeping up with that, right? We see it a lot where people have, a malpractice policy that they got right when they graduated, and maybe it's not covering, fully impacted third molars, but you're performing them. And all of a sudden you get a lawsuit. And because you never went back to look at your malpractice policy, you're not covered for that loss. So it's really important to make sure that you review it. And even if it's someone, a third party or a mentor or a colleague, that's someone, if you don't feel comfortable going to an insurance professional, you like the person that you have, that's not something you want to do, but just having someone who has a second set of eyes, it's almost like going to get a second opinion, right? You want to make sure that at very least annually, we actually like to review our policies with our clients every 6 months, just to really dig in and make sure that they're kept up with everything. But that importance is huge, is just to make sure that, you're as protected as possible.
Yeah, that's great. And I could actually talk to you about insurance all day, because when you talk about it, it's really fascinating, right? If someone says insurance, I'm like, whatever. But you start talking about it, and I'm like, oh my God. And as you're talking, I had a million more questions. I'm like, I want to know about this. I want to know about this. So anything else that you want to add for our little nugget together?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think, probably the biggest thing I can say is that, um, work with someone that you trust, work with someone that, we always like to say that in our world, we're a female founded, female run small insurance agency. And when Kathy started it 25 years ago, her focus was really on creating a relationship with her clients, creating trust with her clients. And, that goes both ways. So find someone that you trust, that you feel comfortable talking to, that you can call in the middle of the night if your chair is backing up with sewers, that you have that comfort level with, and that you can, feel comfortable trusting your practice with them. And if you find that person, that's going to be the person that's going to take the best care of you.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's our unplugged nugget of Samantha's talk. And again, she's going to be speaking on Sunday, November 26th at 2 p.m. So make sure you catch her, because really fascinating, interesting information, and bring your questions. And myself and my team, we're going to be at the dental meeting on Sunday, November 26th, Monday, November 27th. I think a lot of you students are going to be there. So we'd love to meet with you if you're thinking of starting your own dental practice, or even if you're looking to amp up your revenue, or have a high performing team, or need help with people problems. Usually the most expensive part of your practice are your people. So really important that they're working efficiently and effectively. And we also work with business benchmarks. What are those 16 benchmarks you should be hitting? So we're very excited to be launching our brand new signature program, Dental Master Plan, the ultimate success framework to opening and growing your dream practice. I have to be really transparent. Samantha is a wonderful alliance partner of ours, and she is one of the people that I would be introducing you to when you're starting your dental practice, because you need those experts to help you out. So thank you so much, Samantha, and I look forward to seeing you in November.
Yes, thank you, Joanne. I appreciate it.